The table is set, the game is going well, everybody is immersed, and everything is going great. That is, until these guys show up. This is the Dungeon Master. He will be our punching bag over the course of this video, and he will quickly spiral into insanity. With that said, here's our first specimen, the main character. Don't you love getting all of your friends together to play a game collaboratively, only for exactly one dude to take front and center stage? Well, I don't, and judging by my last few hundred videos, neither do you. Here are the three main problems with this character that we're gonna talk about. Problem 1. This issue is caused by either a lack of self-awareness or way too much of it, turning every single other party member into an unwilling cheerleader for some weirdo's anime self-insert. Speaking of, if someone making a main character is like falling down the stairs, then at the very bottom of the stairway is falling into the Mary Sue OC trap. Every other time someone forcefully wedges themselves into the spotlight, the character they're flaunting isn't even tolerable. It's just some Mary Sue garbage pile of writing that requires a triple-layered hazmat suit and a death wish before you even attempt to withstand it. Problem 2. These characters can't exist without ignoring the needs of everybody else. Two people are having a conversation, main character butts in. Two people are speaking privately, main character finds a way to force himself in. Two people are in a highly fortified mega bunker, alone, they lock the door, there is no way for anyone else to possibly enter. The problem exists in the name. This is the main character, so they should get the lion's share of attention from the world, the plot, the villains, and the rest of the party. I mean, the side characters. What's funny is, in an attempt to monopolize the narrative, they actually lose it entirely, as most people tune out after they realize that they're just in the main character's world, and he lets them live in it. DMs aren't innocent either. Too often some idiot thinks, you know, this game's going great. No, it's too fun now, it's time for me to add a DMPC. Now, I'm not saying all DMPCs are an issue, but there are too many dungeon masters that would otherwise be fine, but they screwed up the switch from player to DM and are stuck in an awkward place, simultaneously failing at both. If the DM is a weenie and the player is persistent, there is no reason for the entire game not to drunkenly stumble into the wood chipper of RPG hell. Luckily, main character syndrome can be solved. Just do this. Have a genuine conversation with them. Hey buddy, thanks for playing with us. You're a really good role player and I would love to see you bring other characters into the spotlight too. Some of them aren't as forward as you are, so a little help would go a long way.
Oh wow, I didn't see it like that. The clouds have parted. I'll change my ways and start again.
Deal?
Deal.
Okay guys, can't wait to start this game. Hey, where's everybody else?
They have been dealt with. Now let us continue the tale of me.
Anyways, here's problem player number 2, the cheater. Cheating is obviously bad for the game because, you know, cheating. But as obvious as the problem is, I understand cheaters the least. When I play tabletop games, if I roll bad stats, I'll stick to it and play suboptimally if the party's cool with it. I don't always see failure as bad, in gaming and in life. Nobody likes the story about a guy who succeeds at literally everything without busting a sweat. It's boring. The cool stories and fun gameplay always come from the occasional fail. Cheating makes more sense in competition, where you need to get a leg over someone to experience the dopamine hit of victory. It also makes sense if there are real stakes, like reputation or money. But in a collaborative storytelling environment, cheating makes significantly less sense. Unless the cheater's character is at the point of death. If one die roll determines whether they live or die, then I guess I understand cheating. I'm not saying it's right or that I would do it, but I get it. Cheating is bad for D&D because it corrodes the very thing that makes the game cool in the first place, the storytelling element. Let's return to our dungeon master. Okay, you will not believe the game I had last week. I'm glad everything's back to normal so we can sit down and play some games. Let me just review these characters you made right quick. Okay, and okay. Hey, wait. No, what the hell is this? I don't know what you're talking about. He has a 20 for every stat, except this box you drew on there called sexiness, which you gave a 21.
I wanted to reflect his power.
He's a level 1. No, I'm resetting your stats. Let's get on with the game.
2 hours later.
You stand before Lord Lichface. He screams at you.
The breadstick of power is mine.
Roll initiative. Nat 20 again? How are you doing this? I don't know. Now that a lot of people play online, cheating has gotten easier and harder at the same time, because the DM always has a digital copy of your character sheet, and die rolls are actually randomly generated. On the other hand, even in the digital age of D&D, many people still roll their physical dice instead of using the digital online roller. So if someone had less than good intentions, a new golden age of cheating has emerged. The cheater ruins and undermines the integrity of the game for everyone, but mostly just themselves. As for solving the cheating issue, there are only 2 options. You can try talking them out of it, but unfortunately, if someone fundamentally misunderstands the game enough to cheat, you should be ready to give them the boot. There's one type of player that takes joy in dissecting campaigns and making the DM's toes curl, and that's the Critic. Are you familiar with the Power Gamer? This is like the Power Gamer, but with campaign flavor instead of stats. Your character shares similarities with this fictional character? Copycat. Your campaign reminds me of a movie I watched? Derivative. These people watch too much cinema sins and now need to take issue with every single writing infraction. Anything less than the best is an insult. Okay, gang. I'm gonna be honest, I had a really crappy couple games, so just to be honest, take it easy on me, okay? Anyways, where did we last leave off? Oh yeah, so, you stand in the city center, surrounded by mist in the dead of night. That's when you're approached by a drow, his long white hair reflecting off the moonlight.
Come on, you can just say Drizzt.
What? Drizzt? Who's that? Not at all. Anyways, he draws his sword. His sword? We didn't even know he was hostile, honestly. Terrible tactics on his part. My immersion is broken. Oh, okay, guys, please, just 1 second. He walks towards you. He walks?! Why are we rolling initiative right now? If he's gonna spend 15 millennia and 13 business weeks walking to me, we might as well get a bonus round, right? Nope, can it quite, nope, shut up. Anyways, he opens his mouth and says,
This is for my fallen comrade.
Bro, did you even try with his voice? He sounds like your DMing style is terrible and you should be more like Matt Mercer. Matt Mercer.
Okay, let's stop this right now because the DM's about to have a nervous breakdown. The Critic types share a lot of overlap with the toxic Critical Role fans that will jump at your throat if you aren't Matt Mercer. Truth is, they have big expectations that are hard to meet. But unlike the other players here, they aren't really motivated by selfishness. They just want the game to be the very best it can be. Unfortunately, their definition of best is different from everyone else's. To most people, like you and me, the best game of D&D is one where everybody has fun for a while. To the Critic, the best game has the expensive minis, special effects, gripping story, and best art. The DM has to be a professional voice actor and expert world builder. It's unrealistic. If you go through life thinking everything will live up to your expectations, your life will be defined only by constant disappointment. While everyone enjoys the game differently, roughly 85% of the game's enjoyment comes from the people that you're playing with. The Critic won't stop at the DM though. If any of the other players cause something that they perceive as an issue, the Critic will make their grievance known. The intense criticism will intimidate the players, especially new ones, and make them feel like they don't contribute to the game in a meaningful way. This kills the creative part of the game because, ironically, in the pursuit to create the best game possible, they ruin it for everybody. The best way to fix someone being overly critical should be pretty obvious. Just let them know that there's a difference between constructive criticism and just being mean. I feel like these guys are either the least or most likely to start a fight over it though. If they were already hypercritical of you before, they are not afraid of confrontation and can pick you apart over this. That isn't to say a conversation isn't worth a try. Like I said earlier, they usually just want the game to be the best that it can be. If you just have an honest conversation about how their expectations are stressing you out, and you're just trying to have fun, then if they're actually your friend, they will listen. And you know, I think our DM has learned something here. Let's go check in on him and see how he's communicating with his players to build a better game. I don't know, Doc. Give him a break. He's had a really bad few games.
Your husband murdered 3 children.